Hello, this Lemon Cup, and welcome to Takoyaku Before the Night is Over. I'm Birb, and we have here at the commentator's bench also Cheese Snack and MD.
It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. However, little known the feelings of views of such a man may be on his first entering a neighborhood. This truth is so well fixed in the minds of the surrounding families that he is considered as the rightful property of some one or other of their daughters. Hello, chat. We're going to watch
Hello,
Mahjong
Twitch
Not
today.
true.
Welcome to morning mahjong. Good 12:06 mahjong.
1206 Mahjong. Yeah, some getting bright and early here. We have some real powerhouses in this match. I'm really excited to see what's going.
Yeah, this is a stellar lineup. We have Pep Boy, we have Umbral, we have Ivy, and my personal friend WERM. Who are you guys hoping to see win here?
I want to see somebody explode. I don't care who.
Ooh.
I think this is gonna be a great game to watch. Three expert players, 4 expert players, 2
they're
expert
all expert
twos,
rank.
1 expert one. I
Yeah.
feel this is gonna be a very shifty game, or mahjong France.
Yeah.
Either or.
I'm hoping that this is a very exciting back and forth. And personally, I'm friends with everyone here. But also, like, Worm is, like, my best friend. I'm hoping that he does really well. I'm not sorry about not partnering up with you for the tournament. But hey, you're doing better than me, so... I say this like
Funny.
he's watching the stream. But yes.
All right. Yeah, I didn't know these players were all ranked expert, but until we loaded up the watch, that was spooky to see.
Yeah, they're good players. Like, Ivy taught me how to play Mahjong. Pep Boy's been playing Mahjong for longer than I have. Umbral too. I remember, like, when I first started playing Mahjong casually here in the Lemon Cup. Umbral would play as Hinata Takanashi? It's either Takanashi or Takahashi, I can't remember which. Specifically, her bond up. And I remember associating that image with, like, that's Umbral. That's Umbral. That's who Umbral is, you know?
I get it.
Mm.
And so, like, I think of all of these players as strong players. With the exception of Worm. I know that he's stupid occasionally. But he has done really well this first week, and so I'm hoping to see him do just as well, if not better, this week.
Yeah, and they already have some pretty high. We already have some pretty high UMA on the board. Even before this first Hanshan gets going, you know, Umbral and Worm in second and third, respectively, with their team rankings. I can't wait to see what's going on.
Alright, let's predict. I'm gonna set up the prediction.
Oh, good, we can gamble. Good.
Let's see. Oh! Emma's already done it. Thank you, Emma, for being on top of this.
I'm a locked in.
Emma's locked
Good
in.
times.
Let's see.
Not-
Who should I vote for?
Sorry, I'm trying to get everyone situated here. There we go.
Let's see. Predict. Who should I bet on? Someone put 5k on umbral. What a bet.
I should put. You know what? I'll
For this
put like.
first one.
I'll put. Can you put 1 point on someone?
Yeah, you can put 1 point on someone.
You can put 1 point on someone, yeah.
I put 1 point on Ivy.
The fun thing
think
about
Ivy's-
it is that it's proportional. But if you're the only person betting on that player, and they win, you get all the marbles. It doesn't matter how
You do.
little your bet is.
This is gonna be so. We're about one
It's not
egg.
participating as the moderator. Alright. Now,
Alright.
we should just be loading up into the game here.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Here we go.
Alrighty, let's see this game. It's
It's
just like you.
loading. I say it's loading. Loading isn't even in this game.
Dude, this game is crazy. Everyone's at net 0 and East 1. What happened?
It's
Eight
probably the...
points.
Yeah. There was a long loading time before we could start watching the match, and so this is like a little bit of gap. It's fine. Such is
pretty-
the nature of the internet.
I'm pretty sure they do this so people can't like cheat
Yeah.
or yeah. It's like in Mahjong.
Well, yeah,
There's
that's
that 5-minute delay for a reason.
yes.
That is true.
No, this is a little unusual in my experience.
At the full zeros table.
Full zeros.
You
Gonna be hard to
Oh,
reach.
if we have
you
nothing else
outside.
to talk about, we should talk about everyone's characters. What interesting character choices we have here. We have Worm playing Nadeshiko Bond Up, great choice. Optimatum playing Fuji Bond Up, also a great choice. Ivy using Ayane's Spring Song skin, I think. I think that's the right one. It's the one that I gave her money for Christmas. And then Pet Boy playing Saturn, my beloved old man.
Pep Boy is fond of Saturn, I think. Tell you
I'm a
what,
little concerned by how.
yeah, I'm gonna attempt to reload this the stream.
Alright.
We'll just take you back to the results screen. Could you vamp while I sort this out?
I love to vamp. Let's see. Have you ever seen a stuffed genius? I am happy. At a time like this, even love is
Okay.
pleasant.
Okay, we can stop vamping.
We
Mahjong
can
is
stop
happening.
vamping! Yippee! Mahjong's going.
I didn't-
Oh,
In
we
the
missed
middle
a
of-
whole bunch.
Yeah, we did.
Yeesh.
We did.
Okay.
I mean no Yaku Tenpai. First thing we see.
Okay.
Oh,
Whoa,
and
okay.
Already sumos.
Umbral with a very fast sumo for Richi's sumo red 5.
It was
Decent
even
hand.
faster for us, yeah.
I'm a little sad because Ivy had a locked down Itsu, and Worm also had a locked down Itsu.
Mm-mm.
It looks like over there. But that does put Umbral in a solid lead to start here. Alright. Now, getting into East 2 here, Pep Boy's the dealer, starting with honestly a great hand. This is Ishanten already, after the first draw.
That's crazy.
Because
Oh, wait,
ideal
it
draw,
is.
an ideal draw would be a 7-so, and then you're waiting Shanpon on the 2-pin 4-so. Oh, that red 5 is also great.
That's a nice pick.
Not really an improvement to Shanten, but it is certainly a weight improvement there. So then he's much more open to getting, like, if he gets another 4, that's great, because then he'll probably end up on 4-7 weight. Everyone loves a good Rionman, you know? Then let's look at the other players here. Worm's already called upon of the Red Dragons, holding a bit too many honors, I think, in his hand.
Yeah,
Probably start culling those and then just focus on speeding up the hand, get something going, that way he can get off to a better start for the next round. Going over to Optimatum, very pairful. That's 5 pairs already. Ishan 10 for 7 pairs. if Umbral manages to draw a 2-3 peen or 2 so, that makes 7 pairs Tenpai. But Pep-Boy has already called Ricci, having drawn a 3. That puts him, again, with a Rionmen shape, and that's a confirmed Pinfu if Pep-Boy wins. So that's Ricci, Pinfu, Red 5. That's a solid hand. If he gets Ura, that's almost certainly going to be Mongon.
2-5's a pretty
Sure,
nice
Mongon.
weight. I'm a little concerned for. Remind me, whose username is Girls Kiss Girls?
Girls Kiss Girls
It's
is
Ivy.
Ivy.
Thank you. I'm a little concerned about Ivy's that two in our hand. But the other
I'm
one seems
really
pretty
sad
locked
to
up.
see. Speaking of Ivy's hand, I'm really sad to see her having to give up on that Ipeco that she had confirmed there, just because it's a little too unsafe to be throwing that too.
Hmm.
It does look like Ivy's folding out here because this is a scary Ricci. It's a turn 5 Ricci is very scary to see. So folding here is almost certainly a good decision on her part. Going back to Optimatum, Umbral has shifted their hand to be a little different. Has a 1-2-3 pair of 6s, triplet of 8, then pair of 1s, pair of 5s, but cannot get rid of that 2, which I think is going to maybe bite her later if she ends up dealing in Pep-Boy here. Ivy here has managed to take in another 2, which means that she's much less likely to end up dealing in here, which is really good. And then, Worm here is getting a little bit closer to Tenpai, but this hand is not going nearly as fast as he must have been hoping for.
Yeah, that's a rough start.
Mm-hmm. It does look like everyone's just folding in the face of this Ricci. It is a very scary Ricci, and it is a wise decision to folding here. But it's a little sad to see because we all love a good chase. And if no one's chasing,
It's true.
well,
At previous tables I've been at, there's been a lot less respect. I think everyone here knows that they're dealing with a bunch of sharks.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Ooh,
Nice.
Umbral sneaks into a Furry 10 Tenpai. This late in the game is actually probably a good idea to have this. And Ivy is also chasing Tenpai. Not quite there yet, but trying to get there. Just hoping for that one last draw. Ooh. Umbral would have to go to a Tonki weight in order to not deal in and maintain Tenpai. Oh!
Drops.
No, that's not
5.
true. I'm
Yep.
stupid.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. There's more flexibility in that hand than I thought. And Ivy is not able to reach a Tenpai for this. And so Umbral and Pep-Boy get to look at each other's hands and be like, you had my winning tiles.
Put another
We're in
Humbo
for a
on it.
good game.
We are in for a good game here.
Are we gonna see 6 Hanvas? Maybe.
6 Honba? Probably not. I think that these players are equally matched enough that I don't think that a 6 Honba moment will occur just on account of someone besides the dealer is going to win eventually.
This is true.
I like Ivy's
Think it
hand
is
on this
true.
one.
1, 2, 3. Triplet of 5s. That's a pair of 5s.
Yeah, that's a pair of 5s. Looking at these hands, I do think Ivy's is probably the nicest looking. Oh! Fascinating. Ivy's giving up on the Sanshoku chance by getting rid of the 1 when she already has a 1-2-3 and a 2-3, which is working out for her. Is she going to Ricci here, or is she going to greed for the other Sanshoku, making a 2-3-4?
No.
She's going to call the Riichi, just solidify that hand, waiting Shampon on the 5-mon 6-so. That could very easily come out from, I think, any one of our players if they're not careful.
Early Ricci always scares me like this.
Early Riichi is always scary.
This is true.
And now everyone else has to contend with the decision whether to push and maybe deal in, or fold and maybe deal in anyways, or just not get any points for the round. It's a tough decision. But it does look like Umbral is choosing to stay in the running. Moving over to Pep-Boy's hand, because we haven't talked about it yet. Pep-Boy seems like he needs to fold here. His hand does not look like it's going to be able to come together in time to contest anything here. But jumping back to Umbral has a beautiful waiting on the 8-mon 5-pin and 8-pin. A huge variety. And certainly... And almost certainly the strongest hand here at the table. Calls the Riichi now, after WERM has chased Ivy already with a dead weight. He does not know that it's dead. But it could still come out from Pep-Boy's hand. So this is a really scary situation for Pep-Boy. Everyone else is in Riichi. Everyone else is chasing each other. But is he able to avoid dealing in? Those red tiles in his hands like mines, ready to blow up at a moment's notice.
This is...
And another 8! A 3 to... That 3 is a godsend. If he were to chase Tenpai here, I'd believe that it could work.
Do they drop the 5? It's a real question.
Drops the 2.
Beautiful
wise
dodge.
Wise decision.
Closed con?
Oh, the closed con gets nothing! Umbral gets the sumo! How big is this hand gonna be? Show me this beautiful hand. That is, Riichi, Sumo, Sanonko, Red 5, 3
Uradora?
huge Baimon from Umbral here. Reigning as the queen of this table. Everyone else tied for second.
That was gorgeous.
That was gorgeous. That was immaculate.
It's remarkable that happened immediately after I talked about how much respect they were having in East 1 round 1.
Yeah, when you have such a strong hand like that, and you get lucky with that Ura Bomb, doubling the value of the hand, because without it, it would have just been a Mongon.
Just a Mongon.
Just a Mongon. I can't believe I'm saying just a Mongon. Like that's a takeaway or something.
I think that's like one of the biggest point wins in the tournament so far, unless
I think the record is currently it's either Sanbaimon or Dealer Baimon, I think, is the current score record for a single hand.
Umbral's hand currently already looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, Umbral's hand here looks gorgeous. The only problem is that it has too many blocks, but that's a very simple solution of cut that 2-4 shape and then it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's perfect.
Absolutely.
Looking at WERM here, it's a sort of tough situation. Again, with another too many blocks situation. Probably, I think that he would like to cut the 8-9-so shape. I think that's the worst shape in his hand. Because 1-1-2 is strong enough, and then that 4 may need to go. It's a tough decision here. That 2-4 pin and 8-9 block are really, like, they're different enough that you have to consider which one to get rid of, but they're also so similar that it's hard to decide.
Pep in Tenpai now.
Yeah, for a 3-5-so Shampon weight. Pretty good. Has 2 Dora, so that's a solid Tanya 2 Dora. Who can complain about a 4,000 point hand, you know? Unfortunately, can't convert it into a Sanshoku, but still looks very nice. Then jumping across the table to Ivy's hand has a 1, 2, 3 of a red 5 in Pinzu, and then pair 7, and then just drew a 1. Very interesting. Calling the Ricci on the red 5 pin to lock in that Rhiannon weight on the 5 so 8 so. Unfortunately, 2 of the 5 so are locked up in Pep Boy's hand, and the other, and one more is looking pretty stable in Worm's hand as well. So the only one who could really who I think really gets rid of it is Umbral.
Does Worm chase?
Yes.
Yes.
Does Worm chase? Worm chases.
Beautiful.
Honestly, not a bad decision. Rhiannon weight on the Dora that we are missing. The Dora is out already. So unless Umbral gets a little too confident in pushing, which I don't think she will, Worm has 2 chances to self-draw the 6 pin, or if it gets discarded by Ivy or Pep.
Oh!
Umbral gets too confident and discards the Dora into a Ricci, giving Worm a solid 330 Fu as the dealer for a great 5,800 point hand, putting him above the rest of the competition and into 2nd place. Not quite first, because Umbral's still way up there.
Weird start with 5 honors there for Worm.
Yeah, the 5 honor start really does, stink a bit, but starting with 2 red 5s is nothing to complain about, especially when they're already paired. Moving on to Pep Boy, who's already called a Pawn of the North Winds, could try and push for a half flush, though I don't think it's particularly wise. Has that 3-5 in the Monzu, 2 floating 8s, and 3 floating 8s, I would argue, and then pair 3s, pair of 6s. There's not much to build off of there, but because there's not much there, it means that more can get in, you know?
That makes sense to me. I quite like Ivy's hand right now.
It does look really nice. Can you tell me what you think about it?
Yeah, we have a run from 4 to 9 so looking nice there. Picked up a 2 so there. Wonder if they're going for the full run there.
Yeah, the pure straight.
That's the one. Thank you. Well, no.
Not going for it. Going for the
Close
inside
weight. Yeah.
Sneaky.
Oh, I think those 3s in Pep's hand are locked up.
Yeah, I don't think those 3s are getting cut. And looking at Worm and Umbral's hands, I think if they end up there, they'll get stuck as well.
Absolutely. Though I don't know. Worm just discarding that 1 so.
Yeah, but he still has the 4-5
That's
to
true.
absorb a 3.
That's true.
And then Umbral also has a 4-4-5. Again, can easily absorb a 3 if necessary. Let's see. How close is Worm to Tenpai? Cause he looks close, but I don't think he's as close as he looks. Cause change that 2 out for like a 3, and then he's still not Tenpai. He's 2 Shanten at most.
Yeah, it's just an awkward,
Ooh, calls the pawn, cause I think he's trying to lock in that, what's it called? Tanya.
There you go.
We still haven't seen another 3 show up for Ivy's weight, so we're really just like anxious about when it'll crop up, unless it's all in the dead wall. You always have to consider, what if your weight's in the dead wall? What if the tiles hate you?
No, I thought the counter on that would be 0 if that was in the dead wall, right?
No, it says 2 that are left in the wall generally.
Oh, okay, I understand.
So we're already down to 4 tiles left in the wall. It could be that Ivy's weight is secretly dead.
Oh, there we go. Well, that's not going anywhere.
There's one of them. Worm sliding into Tenpai at the last second, stealing a base, as it were.
天杯だ
Just staying in Tenpai, able to claim the no-ten payments, and stay as dealer.
Toss another Hamba.
Another Hamba onto the pile.
Ooh, Hanba. Soon to be 3.
Soon
Maybe
to be
3.
3, you say? Who can say?
And suitable foreshadowing.
Suitable foreshadowing.
Gets
Alright,
to
looking
8.
at Worm's hand here. There's no head. He doesn't have a pair to work with. So, for these draws, he's really hoping. There it is!
Yep.
Pair of
Speak of the devil,
8-pin.
it comes
That's
out.
solid. If he draws a 3-mon and or a 2-pin, as I say, there's the 2-pin. That is confirmed Sanshoku. That's Tanya Sanshoku Dora. That's confirmed Mangon already if he wins. That's a solid hand, especially for a turn 4 Riichi.
It's really nice. Close weight, but that's you couldn't pass
Close
that
weight,
up.
but it does confirm that he will get Sanshoku if he wins.
Absolutely.
Moving on to Umbral's hand here. Called the Pawn of the East, surround win. Good choice. Has a pair of the red dragons to call another Yakuhai if she wants to. And then, as she does, she also has 2 Dora in her hand, hoping to get a 3 or a 6 to bind that together. And then her Manzu is sort of disorganized with that 3-5-8. Really hoping to see a 4, but I think all of them are visible to us, so we know that she isn't getting any. So that 3 in her hand could certainly end up getting thrown later on. Then moving over to Pep Boy here, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. Interesting shape. Has room to improve, certainly. And then 1, 2, 2, 4, and then 3, 5, 6. There's room to improve there, but it's not quite there yet, which is what you really are looking for if you're trying to chase this Riichi. And then panning all the way across to Ivy with 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 5, 5 pin, and then 5, 6 so. That's an interesting shape. I think that she needs to stop treating the Dora like her lover and throw that red 5, because it's looking dangerous, but it's also like stunting her hand growth, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think Pep might be folding at this point.
Yeah, it definitely looks like folding for Pep here. Now, Umbral with another call. Where is Umbral's pair at? Does Umbral know where her pair is at? Someday her pair will come.
Headless Mahjong play, I'm afraid.
Headless Mahjong play.
Oh, well.
Oh, and there it
the
is.
pair.
Commentator's curse.
That's Tenpai waiting on 1-4. The 1 could easily come out, I think. There's 2 1s left in the wall that we haven't seen. But could definitely be incorporated into some player's hand.
Ivy and Tenpai now. 4-7 so.
However, Worm would have to throw it. Ooh! Ivy did get the second. Ivy did get the second red 5 pin, and then calls run on Worm's beautiful hand for an all simples 2 red 5. Ouch, that must hurt. Alas, such is Mahjong.
Great harm to
Just
the
because
user.
you're the first, just because you're the first to the duel does not mean that you will be the quickest to draw.
As for the famous Mahjong scripture, Mahjong causes great damage to both the human body and spirit. That was a Kagi, I think. Please don't quote me on this.
Easy pawn on the red dragons there for Pep.
Looking at his hand, it could go really quickly, but that 8-mon might cause some trouble and some hang-ups on whether he wants to throw it, which he
And
does in order to take
immediately.
Tenpai, or if he wanted to hold on to it and try and get a little bit more value in his hand. But Red Dragon Red 5 is certainly good enough. But that inside weight, given what we saw last game, might not pan out at all.
And unfortunately,
We'll just have to wait and see how that goes.
the 2/3 Mon are completely locked up in Umbral's hand, I'm afraid.
Yeah, those are not coming out. Taking a closer look at Umbral's hand, I am a little, not worried, but I'm seeing this 2 triplets, 2 pairs. Could this be a Suwanko chance? Given a few more lucky draws, this could easily become a very quick Tenpai. Oh, but it gets interrupted by Worm's very quick East Wind Dora hand, trying to reclaim the points that he just lost, and barely getting back into second place there, as we move into South 1.
Game's moving very fast.
Yeah, it's moving very fast. Or actually, I'd say it's about on pace.
Maybe I got spoiled by, getting into 5 and 6 repeats on my last cast.
Yeah. 6 repeats is a lot of repeats. You usually don't see that. You usually see, like, at most 1 repeat per round.
True.
And even then, it's usually an average of less than that.
This is very true. What do we see?
Let's take a look here at Ivy's hand. Has a pair readily available here with the Tuso. Then has a 3-4, a 6-7, easily very able to build off of that. Drawing a 5 would lend to a beautiful Summon-chan. And then it has a completed 3-4-5 shape in the Sozu as well. This is a hand that has a lot of room to improve, but also still some junk that needs sorting out, especially with all the various terminals and honors that she's been discarding throughout these first few rounds.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that was the correct choice, but I definitely understand holding on the South Dora.
Yeah, hold on. It's good to hold on to the Dora for a little bit, but if it looks like it's not going to be useful to you anymore, it's usually a good idea to throw it. Especially when Ivy's really got this Pinfu locked down.
This would be all simples Pinfu, right?
Yeah, it'd be all simple Pinfu. Looking for a 5-8 Mon or a 4-7 in order to get into Tenpai, and then it doesn't matter what she discards out of the 2 or the 5, just whatever looks safest at the moment, I believe. Now let's take a look at other people's hands. How's Pep Boy doing over here? Pair of 5s, got a 7 triple of 8s, then 4 6 7 8 8, or 6 7 7 8 8. Got a pair of Norths. Could very easily pivot to Chitoy here, just 1 draw away. And then across the table, Worm has seemingly screwed himself out of getting Itsu. I'm assuming that's a misclick. Ouch.
Pep Boy dealing in. That's 7.
Because otherwise he would have been Itsu Tenpai, but I think he clicked the wrong one. But let's not speak on that. It's Ivy torture time, calling run on Pep Boy's 7 pin. All simples, red 5. As the dealer, you take a quick hand.
Nothing wrong with Mahjong for ants.
This is true.
It does take her, it does take her back into second place. This does really look like the battle for second place between Worm and Ivy here, because Pep Boy's not too far behind, but he does keep getting attacked on all sides, and then Umbral's built up enough of a lead that it looks impenetrable at first glance. You need a solid Mongon in order, direct Mongon in order to take her down a notch. Even then, you'd still need to win again in order to actually unseat her.
Worm already with a couple solid blocks there.
Yeah, I'm really liking that pair of green dragons. You always gotta love a Yakuhai pair, especially if the rest of the hand looks nice and fast. Which, unfortunately, can't really be said because those Pinzu look a little bit messy.
True.
However, a couple of fortunate discards from Pep-Boy, or some other players, could easily lend to calling a couple times and then getting a Tenpai that way. Speaking of getting into Tenpai, Umbral is already in Tenpai, with waiting on the 6 pin, or 6 so, of which only one is visible, and it's already locked up in Worm Tan. So there's still 3 chances for it to be drawn, but we don't know where it is. We don't know when it'll show up. Who can say?
Worm doing a little cleanup on the... Yep. Yeah. Nice. Cleaned up nicely on that.
Worm's a little bit closer. And then Pep-Boy is also getting closer with that pawn. Looks like Pep-Boy's going for Toy Toy. Is now in Toy Toy Tenpai.
Ooh.
For 8s and 9. That's a cool wait, honestly. It's so likely that someone will look at it and be like, one of these has got to be safe. And then dies. Could always happen, you know?
Ivy making a very hinged choice there with that 6 pin.
Yeah. Now is the time to be folding. Worm goes for the Sanmen-chan. It's not Pinfu. Not only because of the pair of green dragons, but his triplet of 2s. But it is a very wide wait with many tiles up in the wall.
There it goes.
Is going
there
to deal in on his Apatsu. Pep-Boy getting destroyed here. Richi Patsu no me. But still, solid hand. I think that might just... Yeah, that does just get Worm into second place. This really is the fight for second, and Pep-Boy's just floundering out here, unfortunately. Tiles are not giving him grace.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't like this next hand of his either.
Yeah, it doesn't look too hot. But it does look like he's trying to accelerate there with that pawn of easts. Hopefully, a couple lucky discards from Ivy or some lucky draws will get him a little bit closer. But I don't see it coming anytime soon, especially because he doesn't have a pair to work with anymore.
Ooh,
Jeez,
yeah.
what are you thinking about these other hands here?
You know, it's always nice to just get dealt a triplet of dragons, as Ivy has here. I think two away from, no, one away from Tempo. I apologize.
Yep.
Worm got a bit of an awkward thing going on with the 7-9 pin. Don't love that.
It's a little awkward, but I can very clearly see that he's going for Junchan. And I think that it's possible. If Pep-Boy doesn't... Pep-Boy will probably keep an 8 if he draws one. But there's still two out there on the board that are on the in the wall. I know where things are. There's 2 out there on the wall that he could draw, and then looking out for that 7, so there's only 2 in Umbral's hand. And so he could draw one, then get that,
Oh,
and then
it
lock in
doesn't
a
matter.
Sanshoku Junchan. But that doesn't matter. Umbral's locked in a beautiful Tanyao with a Rhiannon weight. Got all simples, red 5. That seems to be the favorite hand of this table so far. I can't count how many times I've said all simples, red 5.
It's a pretty fast hand, that's for sure.
It is fast. That's true. Moving on to South 3 here. Worm has a pretty nice looking starting hand. That 4-5 triplet of 9s with that 8 hanging off the side. Very interesting. Could definitely develop into something nice, especially if he draws a 7 mon. Then 6-7-9, that 9's gotta go. And then 2-7-8 with a south wind. The 2's gotta go, south's gotta go. But that's just a little bit of cleanup, and then you're in what looks to be a very nice pinfooable hand. Then moving on to Umbral here, has that floating 6 paired norths, which unfortunately South Sea in South 3, not very useful unless you're keeping that as your pair for Pinfu, which might be what Umbral has to go for here, if not just Richinomi. But these tiles are not being particularly kind to Umbral here, giving her a little too many pairs. Then panning over to Ivy here, we have 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Great shape there. And then 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 3, 4, 5. Just looking for a head. Hopefully, the ideal draw for Ivy here is that last red 5 peen, which unfortunately is already in Pep's hand. So there's only 1 5 left, but that would be ideal. So then she can keep that red 5 that she has in her hand and still have Pinfu. Or she could discard it now for a little bit of weight optimization. Though it may be unlikely that she manages to get a pair in time to get Pinfu. May just have to end up on a Tonki weight. And lastly, panning over to Pep Boy here, has a closed quad of ones that he now calls because he's a lot closer to Tenpai. He didn't want to discard that red 5. So he's got a lot going for him, especially if he's able to Richi and then get some wonderful Uradora from it. But speaking of Dora, Ivy has just Richi'd with plenty of Dora in the hand, but unfortunately her weight's on the 6 pin, which I don't think is getting thrown by anyone.
No, I think that's effectively dead.
It may be effectively dead, but we've seen stranger things happen.
True.
This is true.
Hey, Cypher Codex in the chat, you should get in the Discord server. I think that there's a, let's see, exclamation mark Discord, is that real?
Yeah.
That might not be real.
That's not real.
Don't worry, I got this.
You got this.
Relax, I will handle it. I am MD.
I love that too. That's your new catchphrase. It's great.
Thank you, MD, for posting link to the Discord. Get in the Discord. You can be here.
But I don't.
You don't like Splatoon or Mahjong? Why are you here?
Dude.
They saw the opportunity. They see
I must assume you're here to support your friends. Which honestly, good endeavor. I appreciate it.
It's very sweet. Oh, opens
Do
that
it.
hand up.
Ooh,
Nice.
Worm calling the chi for what is no Yaku Tenpai. I think.
The
I
last
think you're
6
right.
tiles.
This is a no Yaku Tenpai for Worm, but it is the end, so he just wants to have that Tenpai and get another dealer repeat and see if he has better luck next time. I don't think anyone's dealing it. Pep Boy also slides into Tenpai at the last second. Umbral cannot manage it and thus has to pay out a bunch of money. We're starting to see Umbral approach dethronement.
Warren back to starting position there with the points.
Yeah, I think this is the first time in a while that anyone besides Umbral has had above starting points. So, I think Worm has probably the best chance of sniping a first place here. Just get a couple more lucky hands, and then that'll be it. Speaking of lucky hands, this does look like a pretty good hand for Worm here. Has some solid middle shapes, and then just cut that east and south, and then I'm expecting this hand to blossom to a good pinfu. But it looks like Ivy's wasting no time at all with calling triplet red dragons and then calling another sequence to get as fast a hand as possible. But unfortunately is left headless. Does not have a pair in there to help her maintain that momentum that she needs. Geez, what do you have to say about the other players' hands? Pep
Yeah.
and Umbral. What do you think?
Pep has got a. I think this is the too many blocks problem we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it's certainly a too many blocks problem over there.
With regards to Umbral,
It's also looking like a too many blocks problem.
1 1 2 4 4. Just discard the one for that 3 4. So block. I don't know. I think this is.
Worm's hand is really starting to shape up. If he draws a 2 or a 5 mon, then that leads him to a beautiful
nice.
Rionmen or Samenchan. But that Chuso will have to do. That's also a great hand. Let's see, waiting on the 4-7.
We only see one other
Let's
4
see.
on the board, I believe.
We only see one other 4. The 4 and the 7 would get trapped in Pep Boy's hand if they show up there. And the 7 would 4 and 7 would almost certainly also get trapped in Ivy's hand as well. So I think, besides self-drawing, Worm's best hope is that Umbral draws a 4. Or maybe multiple 4s, in order to really put the pressure on and get her to discard.
Throwing out the betting stick here, though, that seems perfectly reasonable, especially as dealer.
Yeah, it's a great Riichi. It's Riichi, it's Pinfu. It's got no Dora, but that's what Uradora is for, you know? Speaking of which, Umbral does draw that 4. And unfortunately, it does seem that Umbral's hand is structured correctly in order to absorb another 4 and even a 7. So that does strike a little fear in Worm's heart here, even if he may not know it.
Pep's hand is slow, but is progressing.
It is progressing, and it is keeping that 4-7, those 4-7 slots nice and open for an Itsu chance, and also to avoid dealing in. So like, Pep's surviving the winter.
Doesn't matter.
Oh,
Sumo.
who cares about surviving the winter when Worm gets the sumo? Riichi Sumo Pinfu Tanyao. Solid hand, not worth nearly as much as one would hope just because it's 420. But it's still a great hand, love to see it. Putting him well within striking distance to dethrone Umbral. Now at 2 repeats, it's now 3.
Worm really making use of this dealership, I think.
Yeah. He's done great work making good use of his dealerships, I'd say. Now the question is, will Umbral be able to maintain her top spot here?
Pep Boy starting with a deal with an awkward deal regarding honors, but picks up a red dragon.
It's awkward, but those two honor pairs are definitely useful.
Yeah, those were his most recent draws, I believe. So I just got really lucky with that.
I do think that Umbral has a solid shot of maintaining her lead here, just because she has so much Dora that she's starting with here. Pair of the Dora and the red 5, that's really solid. And locking up that red 5 as well. That Zishanten for Umbral could end up in Pinfu? Question mark? Has to draw a 7 for Pinfu. But Umbral could certainly get Pinfu, or just lock in the Shampon.
Easy.
And it is Tanya, so she does have a Yaku there, and a very valuable hand. That's almost certainly going to be a Mongon. Looking over at Ivy, calls the closed con of the Souths, and draws the last Dora. So that means that the only tiles left for Umbral to get are the 8s, which I'm not sure are coming out.
What do you think about that close con?
I think that, given Ivy's position, I think it's a good decision. Because Pep-Boy's a little too far to be a huge threat. And then Ivy here is not quite close enough to Worm to not do it. Like, she needs the value. And she's getting the value. She has, what, 6 Dora in the hand? If she can hit Tenpai, that's a beautiful win.
Absolutely.
But look who else is hitting Tenpai. Worm with a beautiful Samenchan for Pinfu. 369. Very wide weight. Could absolutely land a great Urador hit as well.
Gotta love to see a white that wide. Oh boy.
You gotta love to see a wide weight.
And there it goes.
And that's Ipatsu dealing from Pep-Boy. Is there Uradora? There is no Uradora. Such a crime. But that is still 430 as dealer for 11-6. And that puts him into first. And it's still his dealership. He's got it. Ooh, baby, he's got it.
We're stacking those Hamba up.
We're stacking those Hamba high. Oh!
Closed
The
con
immediate
already.
closed con early in the game from Ivy here. I think that this one is a little... This one is a much different situation. Because now she's still far away from her opponents, but calling it so early when she doesn't know what the rest of her hand's gonna shape up to be is a big gamble. But it looks like it could pay off here. I mean, when you're in a far behind third, and fourth is even further behind, now is the time to gamble. You want to get a big hand. You want to bet on yourself.
Yeah, I think that is a Dan Shiva approved move there.
Yeah. Like, it's risky, but it's justified. 3 in the chat saying, okay, now is when Pep gets a Yakuman. And I'm sorry to burst your bubble. Pep's hand is not Yakuman worthy here. It just looks like a good Pinfu. Good Pinfu, true Dora. It's a solid hand, but it is not going to hit Yakuman, I think.
And nothing shameful about that one.
Nothing shameful about it. But I think Pep's starting out pretty far behind here. Like, difference from first to last here is 50,000 points. That, or more than the starting points here. So that would be multiple huge limit hands he'd need to get in only two opportunities. Unless there's yet another repeat.
I would have to hit about 2 Yakuman, maybe all green if they're really lucky, but seeing how it is currently...
Let's see. If he just gets direct wins off of whoever's the leader, I think that like 2 direct hit Baimons would get him far enough ahead, but that's like pure luck.
Worm with a...
And I don't think that luck's coming for him, because that's a reachy chance for Worm, but he would have to discard the Dora, and I'm not sure if he wants to do it. He doesn't call the reachy.
Beautiful. Okay, I love to see a nice Dama.
I think that it's bad
immediate.
because it's no Yaku.
Oh, it's no Yaku.
It's a no Yaku Damaten.
Oh,
and immediately punished. And can't do the swap call because that's not allowed. I think that he wants to wait and see if he draws a 9 so. But unfortunately, there's only 1 left in the wall. And he would have to draw it because he can't, unless he discards the 6 early, he can't confirm it by calling it chi or anything. So Worm's in a bad spot here. Maybe just get the sumo? There is still 1 left in the wall.
he hasn't changed his hand up at all. I don't...
Yeah.
23 tiles. Maybe in the last like 4 or 1, Worm gets the gets under the sea or under the river. That's
He is in the right position for under the sea, actually.
yes.
So it could happen, but I do think that's pretty unlikely. Looking at other people's hands here as this game is starting to close out, Umbral has Tonky Way on the 9-so that Worm so desperately wants in order to have a Yaku. And then Ivy hasn't quite managed to get into Tenpai, even though her hand is looking really good over there. There's so many opportunities for it to happen, but it's just not there. Which is really unfortunate. Stuck in the Shantan hell, as they say. And then Pet Boy here seems to just be folding, which I think is a decent response. Even though he has a lot of Dora in the hand, he doesn't have the means to make good use of that Dora. Oh, Umbral changes the weight to the 2, discarding the 9, and Ivy calls the Chi in order to have Tenpai, but no Yaku. Does not get under the sea, but also doesn't deal in, leaving Pep Boy as the only one not in Tenpai. That does mean that we are seeing yet another dealer repeat. These hands are getting more and more valuable by the second.
Or Hanba.
For Hanba.
Soon it'll be 5 Hanba. Maybe.
It could be 5 Hanba. We could see it.
I would like to see it. I mean, this is my goal of seeing someone exploded, right? If we just stack the Hanba higher, we could see it.
Yeah, this may be the point at which Worm and Umbral are fighting to see who can kill Pep Boy first. Pep Boy has become the lost child of this game.
Even that no temp
being of
penalty.
suffering.
Even that no temp penalty, where he was at currently, it really hurt.
Yeah. If Worm gets a direct Hanemon off of Pep Boy, that just closes the game there. Because although we do have higher starting points, we do also have busting on. So if you get below 0, the game is over.
Umbral picking up that quick White Dragon triple line.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good for Umbral, helping accelerate the hand a little bit. Ideal draw for Umbral would probably be a 7-pin, that way she maintains a Rionman weight for her final weight. And then let's look over at Ivy here. What's going on here? 2-3-4, 6-7-8, solid. A pair of Norths. Got a 2-7-8 and then a 2-4. Hopefully looking to get a 3-pin there to insert it right in there. And then that would be Tenpai for Pinfu. But we'll just have to wait and see what tiles come up. And then lastly, let's look at our beloved lost child, Pep Boy's hand. 2-3-4-4-4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Lots of Monzu. I don't think it's gonna convert to a full flush though. And he has a pair of 1s and a 1-3 in his other suits. I don't think that this hand is going to be worth very much, but it may just be worth getting Worm out of the dealer's seat. He's had a very strong reign, and it's about time for someone to rein him in and get him out.
Yeah, I'm sure
You
Umbral
must make a stand and stop him.
I'm sure Umbral wants this game to end as much as anyone.
This is true.
Looking at Worm's hand, he's stuck in too many blocks world. If he keeps that 4. He's optimized for Pinfu, which is always nice to see. And he has 3 Dora.
Umbral
That's
in
also
Tenpai
great.
now on the 7-10.
Umbral is also in Tenpai with 3 Dora. I think that's not guaranteed Mongon, but it's close enough. And then if anyone deals in, then that's the end of Worm's reign. So could be, we may be wanting to see it. We may not be wanting to see it. Depends on who you bet on, you know?
can't remember who I've
Honks
done.
is saying, Worm keeps getting these possible Sanshoku shapes. That's so true. I didn't even notice that. If he draws a 7 Mon and or a 5 So, that makes Sanshoku. Or at least Sanshoku
Oh,
chance.
Oh,
But that doesn't matter.
no.
Worm's reign is over. Umbral gets to win off of Pep Boy here for White Dragon 3 Dora. Solid hand. Really putting Pep Boy in the hole.
This is a rough game. You don't like
It's
to see
a
it.
rough game.
All right.
Pep Boy is barely outside of direct Mongon range. Barely outside. But if Umbral does it, that's game over.
Ivy with too many honors, but with a pair of green Dora dragons, so that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I think that Ivy here may want to keep hold of her honors and try going for a very honorable half flush.
I could see it.
But
toy.
yeah, I could
Maybe.
see it, but it looks like she's not going for it. Just looking to get a hand to boost her score. Hopefully get positive Uma at the end of this. Which she's not all too far away from doing, for the record. Great Umo, you're finally awake.
That is
Getting
a
everyone
really
to pay
good
attention
emote.
by calling that pawn of the green dragons.
Good
She has a
reference also.
Mongon visible on the table. That's our warning.
That's rough.
Or that's their warning. She's got a hand going on over there. Are they scared? They should be scared. That's what she says. Looking at Umbral's hand here, 4 5 6 6 1 1 2 3 5 7 5 8 9 has the room to improve, but given how fast Ivy's trying to take this, I'm not sure if Umbral's hand will develop in time in order to keep making repeats happen. Then looking over to Pep Boy here, we have the 1 3 8 8 3 4 5 5 6, solid shape in Pinzu there, 6 7, and then pair of salves. The pair of salves are a little out of place. You would ideally be hoping for something that would be pinfooable there, but it's still a solid hand. At this point, he just wants to win. He may just want to win a hand in order so then he doesn't lose points.
Right.
Just avoid getting deeper in the hole, you know?
Good game of survival. Good game of survivability, maybe.
Ivy and Tenpai
That's
now
not-
in the 7 Mon.
Uh-huh. Very interesting. Very interesting Tonki weight to have. Worm has 2 of them pretty locked up in his hand, though. So I'm not sure if that'll get discarded. Oh, that's the 3rd one for Worm. I think Ivy's weight is dead here. Will she recognize it and switch? Not to the 4. She's furry done for that. And now taking a closer look at Worm's hand, he looks like he's folding. He does not, like, in an ideal world, you get a good small hand to snipe first from Umbral here. But Ivy just has too much on the board. Just has too much visible. And I don't think Worm wants to deal with that. Worm wants no part in this. And so, I think that's why he folded with that 9 and then that 8. Or it could just be a case of unfortunate discards. We've all had the experience where you start cutting up a sequence, and then your next draw is the one that would have completed it. We all know the... Ivy changing the weight to double Tonki weight. It's not a Rionmen because it doesn't make Pinfu. It's just double Tonki on the 6 and the 9, so much more likely to come out, I think. Especially that last 9.
Oh, the 7 comes out from Worm just now, punished immediately.
I mean, it's safe now. That's not punishment. That's just good tactical play.
Yeah, that's fair. I should learn how to play Mahjong.
You say, as you are a competitor in the tournament.
Well,
Very important skill.
Very important skill.
yeah.
Yeah, I think Worm's
Worm
just
folding.
folding here. Or at least trying to move sideways in Tenpai if at all possible. What's Umbral gonna do here? Umbral does have a tile that deals into Pep Boy. What a surprise. I did not see him get into Tenpai there. And he sumoed!
Nice.
Now how big is this hand? Because this could king make Worm or confirm Umbral's spot at the top, which it does. Umbral ends the round with the top score. Alright, let's hold on the screen for a moment as we put in some numbers.
Are you working on that?
I will work on that.
I appreciate
I've got
that.
it. Scores controls. Give me just a moment while I do
Absolutely,
this.
yeah.
Here we have Umbral with a UMA of 38.7. What a hand. Or what a score. And then Worm here, 26.9. 26.9. Ivy with, I can't see that on there.
Minus 10.9.
Look over. Minus 10.9, thank you very much. Minus 10.9. And then Pep deep in the hole with,
547.
54.7.
sorry, what was that? 54.7?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeesh.
Yes.
That was a tough round for Pep Boy there. And then let's just hold on the screen a little bit longer, that way I can get all the numbers in.
Absolutely.
Alright. 700, and then Ivy is 44.1. And then Pep Boy at 10.3. Alright. And that's all ready for... Now we're ready to switch back to our main standings view. Okay. What a thrilling game.
Mm-hmm.
This is true. I gotta stop saying this is true.
But
I mean, it is true.
It is true.
True.
It really... Umbral and Worm really dominating this table. It was a real fight for first between them.
Yeah.
Let's see. What mod do we have that can close out the gambling? Because I bet in the gambling, so I can't close it.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah, if you bet in the gambling, you can't close it. Let's see. Hey, any mods in chat that can close the gambling?
There we go. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. 9,844 eggs, Jinx. Congratulations, Jinx, on believing in Umbral.
Congratulations on becoming Big Egg.
Big egg.
I want my 10
That's what
eggs
they
back.
say.
Big.
Okay. Yeah, we got the timer on the next match already. They're already in there, so we just got to vamp for 260 seconds.
Solid 4 minutes of vamping. You know how to vamp. Hey chat, what
Hey,
did you
chat.
think of that game? How exciting was that?
Chat, what do you think about Pride and Prejudice? Because, like, you know, my mother used to be really a huge fan of it and would, like, put it on just, like, when we were doing laundry or whatever. And I really, I thought Mr. Darcy, not Mr. Darcy, Mr. Bennett was funny as hell, but, like, you know, watching it as an adult, I just feel like he's deeply irresponsible. Like, his wife, his poor wife, is, like, worrying herself sick, trying to get her daughters married off, and she's the only one with her, like, eye on the bag, right? And he's just, like, having fun, and he thinks he's above this stuff, but, like, his daughter's gonna be destitute, you know? Anyway.
See, I haven't read Pride and Prejudice, so I can't speak on that.
That's fair.
But I have read Yi-Song's The Wing. Have you ever seen a stuffed genius?
I'll just be reading.
At a time like this, even love is pleasant.
What kind of things do you read, MD?
I've been reading a lot of James Bond recently. Working on Live and Let Die right now.
That's
I
pretty
see.
cool.
Interesting.
I just need to improve my literacy rate. before I get back to reading Carmilla for college. Hit Victorian Yuri novel, Carmilla.
Victorian Yuri.
Who doesn't love Victorian Yuri?
Victorian Yuri.
3. That is not the story with Heathcliff. 3. You must understand. Pride and Prejudice does not have Heathcliff. Heathcliff is from Wuthering Heights.
I do.
Like the
I think
achievement.
Cypher might be the winner here. I only read fan fiction. This is very big.
Yeah, I believe it. That is a winning position. Fanfiction is often very good.
I do wonder, why Heathcliff has that big meat helmet,
Wait, we're not talking about the cartoon dog, I think Heathcliff, right? Or was
No,
it a
we're
cat?
talking about Heathcliff from Wuthering Heights, like in the
It's a-
Minecraft achievement, you know?
It's a cat. It's a cat. How did I mess this up that bad?
Yes, I'm messing with you. I definitely know who the Bronte sisters are. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Oh. Game's gonna start, someone's gonna hit Tenho, game's gonna be over. Predicting it right now.
Someone's gonna hit Tenho?
Yeah.
Spicy.
Good little Tenho. And then it's like, okay. I don't think that's gonna.
It's really unfortunate to see that game from Pep. I hope he can make some of that ground back in the next one.
Yeah. Let's see, do we have a new prediction up?
We not yet.
Let's start a new prediction. Submission period? 5 minutes. Sure. Yeah. There we go. New prediction. Bet on people. Again.
3, you're not gonna win Jeopardy with that understanding of the Bronte sisters, I'm afraid. You know what?
Let's see.
I think I'm going
Do
worm
you
mode.
want to bet on?
I think I'm putting 10 on worm.
I'm putting 1 on Pep. Got that feeling. Gotta have
feeling?
that bounce back.
Let's
Yeah.
see. How many eggs do I
I'm
have?
back.
How many am I willing to bet?
3.
I'll bet 4,000 on Worm, and I still want to participate. Yep. There we go.
Alright, let's see if this Mahjong match loads properly. Oh, and we have tiles even. That's crazy.
We have tiles. Shout out to tiles.
We love a game with tiles, I think.
We love a game with tiles. This is why we play Mahjong, you know?
This is true. We all love tiles.
Alright, this is a mirrored seating arrangement compared to last time. It's just that Umbral and Pep Boy are swapped. Ivy's still the first dealer. Now looking at Ivy's hand here, we have that pair of red dragons, lovely to see. Paradora, also lovely to see. A red 5, unfortunately a little disconnected, but still great to see. This could be shaping up to be a very good starting hand for Ivy here. Maybe she'll be able to run with it here. With just a few lucky draws, I believe. I say, having bet on Worm. Someone should bet on Ivy if you haven't already. Oh, someone's bet on Ivy with 5,000 points. Shout out to Ivy believers.
This is true. 1 person, 5k.
Okay.
People 2 points on Pep.
I'm raising my bet on worm to 20 eggs.
A whole 20 eggs.
An entire 20 eggs. Well, here's the thing. My usual strategy is to bet on someone who no one else bets on. So, opening up that hand real quick with the 3 door. That's pretty nice.
Leafs are very open to discard the 5 now.
Umbral and the
Jump on wait for the 5 and 6.
that's the word. Thank you.
But Pep Boy chasing with a Ricci for 258 Samenchan. Very Everyone has had very fast hands here. The trouble is Ivy going to be able to dodge all of this and still get into Tenpai? Because she'd have to discard her red dragons, or her her red fives. Neither of which are ideal.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned for how that one's shaping up.
Yeah, it's a little worrisome.
Maybe a little all simples. Nah.
All simples if you
Maybe.
discard the red dragon.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
And that's,
Otherwise, I think she's bound to deal in.
and that's how you do it.
Does Ivy know that she can't call this pawn?
She
doesn't
didn't.
call the
She
pawn.
didn't.
Wise.
Very
intelligent.
hinged. Very hinged. Yeah,
Very
discarding
hinged.
out of that, that's
Get rid
very
of those
good.
red dragons. How does this work out for her though? Now she has 4 blocks, because I'm counting the 2 as a distinct block, that have deal-in tiles in them. It's really hard to maneuver around this like that. So at this point, I think Ivy just has to give up the hand and just try not to deal in, as any good folder does.
What are you seeing when you look at Worm's hand there? Looks like
Worm's hand? That's Ishanten,
Yeah.
but does he want to break up that triplet of West? If he breaks it up, then that's close to Pinfin, but it's not quite. Oh, that's a deal in from Umbral into Pep Boy. Is this Pep Boy's rebirth? Especially with that Ura hit. Very nice for him.
Ivy manages to snake out of that. Just complete minefield for her.
Yeah. Very lucky to make it out unscathed. Now moving on to East 2 here, we have Umbral with a 156. Probably going to get rid of that 1 soon enough, unless a 2 or a 3 comes along pair up with it. The 2, 6, 7, 9, that 9's out of here. That 9 is leaving as soon as possible, I believe. 2, 3, 4, 5, lovely, you're keeping all that. And then East on the end, that's also probably going, even though Umbral is the dealer. That's probably next to go after the 9 and or the 1. Just because you don't want to hold on to your seat for a little too long, especially if it's your lone honor. Like, it's good to keep it for a while in case it pairs up, but if it doesn't, don't bother, you know?
Absolutely.
You want to keep that in mind.
Just building out that 4, 5, 6 pin block in the past 2 hands. Real nice draws for Ivy.
Yeah. Her hand is really starting to shape up very well. Probably going to discard this red dragon right here. Just because the rest of her hand is looking so well. No, doesn't. Interesting. I guess she's trying to keep down on the pairs then.
I like where Worm's hand is headed.
Worm is in Tenpai, calling the Ricci for inside 4? What? Why is he calling that instead of for the Shampon on the 1-3?
Oh, is
Fascinating.
Is
What's
Umbral gonna
his deal?
chase?
In here.
He doesn't have Sanshoku.
No.
What a strange
That's
decision.
Ricci Nomi, right? I mean, besides the red 5, I think.
That's Ricci Nomi. I would have gone for the Shampon. I guess because he can't see where any of the 4s are. He's thinking there's more in the wall than there are. But I think Umbral... Oh, Umbral's screwed here. Ouch. Declining the Ricci, discarding the 7, and then getting the opportunity for a Sanmenchan... A Furry 10 Sanmenchan Ricci. Doesn't take it. Honestly, I would have taken it. It's a Sanmenchan. I'm gonna draw that myself.
Just draw it
But
yourself.
hey, that's not my decision to make. Punished again.
Oh, that's
Punished
rough.
again for discarding that 7. Ah, how painful. The despair.
The emote.
The emote. Ivy's hand is starting to round out well. Pet Boy's hand all the way across the table is also looking to... also looks like it's starting to really develop nicely. That's a non-Furry 10 Ricci that Umbral doesn't take? I think Umbral's really scared of the 5. I think Umbral's scared of the 5 and that's what's going on here. She's scared of that 5 mon, and she doesn't want to cut it. Even though, unbeknownst to her, it's perfectly safe against his hand. Call it for the inside, Ipeko.
Maybe?
Wouldn't it be?
Umbral, you have to make a decision. Dama
Ooh.
does Dama does still have a confirmed Yaku, so we're not worried about that. But for the 7 this time, I think that last 4 that Ivy has just drawn is getting locked up in her hand. So I think Worm's cooked here.
Absolutely.
Now the question here is Umbral going to chase Ricci? No.
No.
This is another. I don't know what it is with this table and all of these tense hands.
Yeah, they're all locked up 3. They're not going anywhere. Worm's hand is
Yeah,
dead.
the 4s are locked up. Worm's hand is effectively dead. How many pairs does Ivy have over there? 3 pairs and a triplet. I don't. Yeah, it's not worth it to mess around with that too much. Yeah.
No.
I see.
Wouldn't be able to
Ooh.
call
Pep
it.
getting
Boy sliding into Tenpai at the last second for the 4-7. Very funny.
That's really funny.
Ivy also stealing Tenpai. That's an all 10 exhaustive draw. No points exchanged.
No. Rises again.
Did
Let's see
Mahjong
what-
happen? Who can say?
Who can say?
If nothing happened, this is true.
Kind of a crazy draw for Umbral. Like we have the 66789 pin, 4557 Mon. 357 so is a little awkward, but you can totally make a triplet there.
I think half of Umbral's hand just stayed.
Yeah.
Just chose to remain there. Because that 66789 verbatim was in her last hand.
That's true 3. Worm would have won if he went for the Champagne.
Yeah. A tragic misplay from him.
Just always go for the Champagne and you can never, lose by not going for it, right?
The Champont's always better than the inside weight. You gotta know this. Let's look at some other hands here. Let's go around clockwise. Let's see what Ivy's got going on. Got this 2-2. Nope. Unpaired to 2. Compared to those 2s. Now it's just 2, 4, 6, 8, 8 in the Monzu. Then 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 6 in Monzu. And a 3, 5 in the So. That's looking pretty interesting. It's a little restrictive with all of those inside weight shapes, but I'm optimistic. I think that those will sort themselves out, either become pairs or like that 2, 4, 6. That's good enough. I think that's going to become a sequence pretty easily.
Makes complete sense there, yeah. Pep has some shapes built up. It's a little awkward with that. I mean, we just have a couple of gaps here that need to be plugged,
Yeah, there's a couple gaps and a couple floating tiles. Unfortunately, that one pin is floating, which is not particularly nice to see. You usually want to be able to keep the door in your hand. You want to be able to treat the door like your lover.
Does
Unfortunately,
Worm have a
Pep's
Yaku?
hand doesn't quite work for that. Worm does not have Yaku. That's another inside weight from Worm. What is he doing? I think he may be... Oh, I know what he's doing. He's waiting to see if he can draw a 9-mon and then form Itsu. I think that's what's going on for Worm here.
That would make complete sense.
He's got no Yaku, but he has a plan.
Yeah, that 4-weight's going to be rough if it happens, though.
It's gonna be rough if it happens. Is it gonna happen? This is a better weight if he chooses to switch to it. It's a 5-8, but he doesn't take it. Emoting on them.
Ooh. Okay, umbral.
Ooh, that is good for umbral.
That's
Getting a
nice
little bit
pickup.
closer.
Pushing Pinfu? Yeah.
Pushing pin, yeah. That Salmon-chan shape in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the Sozu. Great. Worm gets the sumo anyways. That's sumo Nomi.
Sometimes
But you know what? It's Mahjong for ants. Garbage hand is acceptable.
Beautiful.
Though I am a little mad at him for that. Why would you do that?
That's
What's
crazy.
your problem? What's your damage? Tell me.
sometimes in life you just gotta sumo no.
Oh man.
Sometimes in life you just sumo Nomi. That's true.
You just sumo Nami.
Look at Worm's hand here. A horrible situation in the Pinzu. I hate to see this coming. It's a 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. It's all odds.
Oof.
And only one.
Oh, that's
It-
actually horrible.
It sucks, but it's still versatile. Like, if he draws any Pinzu, that'll make at least one better block. That'll be at least one improvement there. But it does suck. Going clockwise, because Umbral has made 2 honor calls and is absolutely pushing that half flush in Monzu.
Birb gets
and-
the 6 pin.
Yeah.
Allows him to fix the 1579 a little.
Yeah, it does fix it a little. Now he's really hoping to see a 2. If he does, that would be really good, especially because of the Dora. And he's just
On the
reaching for the
close
Dora.
weight, yeah.
Honestly, not a bad choice because it has good value, but it's also probably not gonna mount thing.
Yeah, 3. I'm sorry they didn't pull for the full flush. Huh? Oh no, you mean you're talking about umbral? Yeah. That makes more sense.
Yeah, I think Umbral's a little scared now that Worm's in Reachy. Which is a good function of Reachy. It scares other people.
Not going for the con grade.
Not going for the concrete. Trust. I mean, Worm isn't Reachy. So it's a very reasonable decision not be greedy, to be reasonable. But that's pushing from Umbral now. Umbral being a little wishy-washy.
Oh, I'm afraid for Ivy. Yep.
Will
Yep.
she face Karmic Retribution? She will not.
Yep.
She will get that half flush. Welcome.
Welcome.
Ron. Solid 3 Han hand. Good to see. That barely slides Umbral second there. It moves us on to East 4.
If I ever get a 13579 on stream, I promise to discard all 5 tiles.
That's a horrible idea. Don't do that.
3, if you do that on stream, I'll put all my points on you.
Don't do that, dude.
But you can't do that. Because, like,
Yeah.
you know, the game's already going.
If
The prediction's already closed. You have to wait.
You'd have to do the real betting that they've been threatened to do.
I can't just put 1 point in frame.
You'd have to log into FanDuel, who is not sponsoring us. Do not open FanDuel.
No, don't bet real money.
Do not real gambling.
Kids, this is your after-school special message.
This is your after school special message. Do not gamble. Do not smoke.
No smoking and no gambling. The Slimming Cup doesn't endorse either. I think.
Do not go to Las Vegas. Unless you're going to meet the M League players in June. You know? That's the only reason you should be going to Las Vegas.
Wait, M League's in Las Vegas this year?
Yeah, some M League players are going to be visiting Las Vegas and then New York City at the end of June.
That's cray.
I'm hoping that I'm either not working or I get to take time off work to go and see them in New York. That would be really sick.
That would be pretty sick.
Okay, but Vegas has 2 places off the strip.
Okay, but like I'm closer to New York.
Umbral, I think,
That is
going
true.
for Chitoy, I believe. Just based on...
Umbral does have many pairs. Yeah, that's Chitoy Shantan for Umbral there.
Um,
Good catch. I got a little distracted by talking about M League in New York. Can you believe it?
this is one of the easiest to believe things I've ever heard, actually. Ooh.
Speaking
Reach
of,
from
great
Umbral.
call great call snack there. Umbral is now in Tenpai for Chitoy, waiting on the Dora. Now the question is, how good of a shortcut to Hanemon is this? Will the Uradora come? That is the question.
That feels like a rough wait.
It is a rough wait because it's the only Dora left in the wall. And if someone else draws it, they're keeping that. However, you could always sumo.
True.
As long as it's still somewhere in the wall.
No, just, I mean, not enough
It's always
people who play
oh,
Mahjong.
and there it is. Pep Boy
Oh.
draws it. Umbral's
Oh,
weight is
no. No.
No!
No.
He
No.
reaches
No.
on the Dora.
No.
Deals into Umbral. Oh.
Oh,
Now
man.
let's see that Uradora. That's a shortcut to Hanemon. Beautiful hand from Umbral there.
Oh. That was like watching a slasher film. That was not good.
Great analogy.
I truly didn't think anyone would deal that in.
Alas.
Sometimes you gotta go for it. And sometimes
you
you
go
get
for
punished.
it, and sometimes you get murdered. Sometimes
Immediately.
you get murdered on live television.
At least you get to keep the
This
betting
is just
stick in
like
that
being in
situation.
New York.
Yes, yes.
Looping it back.
Yo, that's insane to say after the past week in New York.
I don't know what's been happening in New York. I'm unaware. Let's not worry about it.
I'll just,
Ivy opening that hand up in
Sorry, they have
anticipation.
not media trained me.
just
They have not
when
media
you get a
trained me. I
chance.
don't know what's going on, generally
When
speaking.
you get a little chance.
Alright. Now, back to our regularly scheduled Mahjong commentary. Ivy has a pair of the greens, which is now becoming a triplet. Great way to advance the hand here.
Opened in anticipation
However,
of that green triplet. I
Umbral
believe,
is also going fast. This hand really looks like it's gonna be a duke out between Ivy and Umbral here, unless Worm or Pep Boy can sneak into Tenpai. Which I think Worm could. And Pep Boy also not that far, but that sorry. That 1-3-5 shape is a little rough to deal with for Pep Boy there.
I'm getting prevalent wins and tenpai. That
Ooh.
is.
That is an interesting Tenpai. He is first to the line. So the question is, oh, great use of the emote. Gulp gulp, discards to the red 5, and it's safe.
Always good to have that information, though.
Always good to have that information.
The real question is, does Ivy push Tenpai here? When I mean push Tenpai, on the naked wait for the 3.
Naked for the Dora.
That's bold. That's bold.
It's bold. I think Umbral may also do it, is the thing. Umbral's also gonna, I think, end up waiting on the Dora.
Yes.
Naked.
Very funny, but it's not naked because Umbral's hand
wait.
is not just one tile.
That is true. Now let's see. Oh wait, all the 3s are locked up in everyone's hands.
All the 3s are locked up, and
And it
that's a
doesn't-
sumo for Worm.
It doesn't matter.
Just draw the tile you need to win. This is... That's how easy it is.
Yeah.
Mangon, beautiful.
Always
Nice
remember,
Mongon.
Great workworm.
If you push to discard hard enough, you'll just get the tile you need.
Uh-huh. Alright, moving on to South 2 here. Umbral is starting with a pair of greens. Very useful to have at the start. Hopefully that can be paired up, but we don't see any other greens anywhere on the board, so they're probably all still in the wall. We'll see how that goes. Painting over to Worm here. 458, 34578, 245, East Red. Looking like a very Pinfu shaped hand, but still missing a head. You really want to find the pair in there somewhere. Going across to Pep Boy, we have 5778. Very Doraful. If he can get into Tenpai while keeping all those tiles, that'll be a very valuable hand. Something to watch out for. Could absolutely get into first place here. And then panning over to Ivy, we have 1389, 5689, 123, and a south and white. That's looking a little rough for her there. Could go and push Chanta, perhaps. Especially with that 6 discard, probably going to push Chanta for Ivy here.
Ooh.
Oh, and that is Tenpai for Umbral. Does she want to wait on the Dora, or does she want the sneaky wait for the white dragon? That's the choice here.
Wouldn't it be?
I really like that play.
Chooses to wait for the white dragon. I think that's the better move, honestly.
A white dragon 9-mon wait that's difficult to avoid, I think.
Yeah, it's tough to avoid, and I think that an 8 is pretty unlikely to come out. Especially because Ivy has one locked up, Worm has one already discarded. Yeah, I don't think that the 8 was going to come out, so I think that this way is the better choice. However, Worm is chasing Riichi with a 3-6 and gets Epot Sumo. Beautiful for him. That is Riichi, Epot's Sumo. Team Fu, make Sanshoku? Where was that? 456 Sanshoku that I didn't spot. That's a great Hanemon for Worm.
Wow. Yeah, just draw the tile you need. It's that easy.
Now he's up here ruling the table. And he's going into South 3, his own dealership. Let's see if he can keep this momentum going through. Especially with this starting hand, gorgeous. If he draws an 8 and a 9-mon, unlikely event to draw 2 specific tiles, I know. But if it happens, that's a very beautiful Sanshoku again.
Discarding out of that, I'm afraid.
Discarding out of that, that's fine. He has a pair of Salves. Upon that, you're home free, basically. Literally, actually, because he's Ishanten already. Very, very quick hand for Worm here. Cheese, why don't you take us around the table and tell us how all the other players' hands are developing?
Yeah, let's go clockwise, I guess, from there. Looking at Umbral, I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 8 Mon, 2, 3, 5 Pin, 5, 6, 9. So, we have some budding shapes here. I don't think we have too many shapes. I think we got the right number of shapes. Just got to get the right tiles. That 9 so being the Dora, that's gonna be tough to let go of. But that you're gonna have to let go of that, you know.
Yeah.
3, 4, going up to Ivy. 3, 4, 7, 8, 9 Mon, 6 Pin, 2, 2, 3, 6, 6, 6, 9. So, ooh.
Having the same problem with the 9, huh?
Yeah, and Pep coming into Tenpai, nice 3-sided weight. We love to see that.
We love a Samenchan.
Samenchan.
That's Riichi Pinfu. Not much else there to speak of, but you can always see an Uradora hit. And 7 tiles left and the wall is absolutely gorgeous.
Very hinge play from Umbral there with 2 bombs in her hand. You got it. Yeah, there we go. That's fine.
It does look like everyone's wisely trying to stay out of Pep Boy's way here and
Oh,
not
well,
deal in. Oh,
not well enough, I'm
but
afraid.
Ivy deals in. And Pep Boy gets the Ura for Riichi Pinfu Tanya Uradora. That Tanya was not confirmed. If a 9 was discarded, he wouldn't have gotten it. But very good hand for Pep Boy there. He may just snipe first yet. I believe that point difference is, let's see, that's what, 14k?
Give or take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's, a direct Mongon will absolutely take it. Suma Mongon won't. Oh, he's dealer. He's dealer. Never mind. Mongon at all gets first. I think a non-direct Mongon doesn't make it, but any other Mongon would. So I think Pep Boy has a solid chance of sniping first here. And then Umbral needs to work a little bit harder. I think needs to get direct Hanuman in order to take first, but still very good position for both Pep Boy and Umbral in order to at least get second. And then Worms here at the top, you know, solid lead, still approachable, but still very solid. And now, as 3 is saying in the chat, Ivy is now the one. Ivy is now the Omelas child of this Hanchan. Unfortunately, been suffering with getting into Tenpai, but also then getting murdered frequently.
Is this a recurring thing in this community, or is this something we've coined on the stream?
This is something that combination of me, Emma, Ivy, and Ash have coined while watching M League.
Ah, fair enough.
Getting
You know,
murdered is a
on
big
account.
thing in Majora.
No,
Sorry.
the Omelas child. You know, basically, if someone's like had a really bad Hanchan and they just keep dealing in and they keep losing points to sumos, they're the Omelas child. You know?
No, all the suffering at the table is concentrated in one seed. Makes a lot of sense.
Yes,
I like it.
exactly. You're understanding this.
I-
Ivy's now Ishanten. Looking pretty good there, but it's not going to be Pinfu because she has a couple too many pairs. Pep Boy's hand is also Ishanten, but a little more restrictive, I think. Really looking for 7 in either Monzu or Sozo. Worm over here with a 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 9. I said 8 4 times there, didn't I? It's 3 8s. 8, 8, 8, 9, and then 5, 7, 8, 9. Interesting shapes. That is Tenpai for Worm, but which one is he going to do the Tonki weight on? And he will Riichi. Oh, that's a complex weight. That's not a Tonki. That is secretly also an edge weight for the 7 as well.
I like that a lot. Yeah.
It's nice. It's sneaky. It's probably gonna get dealt into, I think. Especially with Pep having discarded so many 7s and 9s already. If he gets another one, he's gonna throw it, I think. Even with the Riichi.
And it wouldn't fit in Ivy's hand. Oh boy. Here we go.
And there it is.
No, no.
It's not the
nice
deal
dodge. Nice dodge.
Nice dodge. But will there be a second shot lined up?
I think he dropped the 8 mon. Oh, okay. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Pep's folding hard here now.
Hinged. Very hinged play. Well done.
Now the question is, will this go to exhaustive draw? There's only 12 tiles left. It's very possible. And it does look like everyone's playing very safe. I mean, that's the correct thing to do against a dealer routine. Alas, and Worm gets the sumo!
Just draw the tile you need.
Beautiful Riichi sumo. Nothing else. He don't need nothing else. That is the first place for Worm. Very good job here. Alright. Now, let's get these numbers in. Read off the beautiful Uma to me.
Absolutely, yes. Worm here with positive 38.4. Really impressive. Pep with 11.2 positive.
Yep.
Umbral with minus 1.8. And
And then
Ivy,
Ivy.
the almost child, with a minus 47.8.
Alright, and then these raw scores I can read off myself on my small screen. That's the wrong person to be getting that many points. Hold on. That's the wrong... I'm not looking at the keyboard. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm typing in numbers.
The Mademoiselles.
You can vamp for me.
Yeah, I
while
can.
you-
I'm
Yeah,
saying
no
the
worries.
Mademoiselles, but I'm doing it with the pensive face. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a sad day for the Mademoiselles. Really nice to see Pep in the positives, though.
17200.
I know loading has been having some
There we
struggles as well.
go.
All right, we're up.
We're up.
We're up.
Nice.
Let's see.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's
That is quite a divisive round. Worm absolutely dominating that game.
now we haven't played
Really?
all of the games this this week.
They're not all played
Notably,
yet.
notably June and Ambistoma, who are 5 and 6 in individual, haven't played their week 2 games.
Yeah.
So
And they're also teams are first and third respectively.
yes, yeah. So
And so who knows what's gonna happen there.
it could go higher. They could sink like a stone.
Yeah. They could do just as well as they did the first week. They could do a lot worse. Who knows?
Oof.
We'll just have to wait and see. But until then, Worm is now first in the leaderboard for individuals. And his team is a solid second.
Worm with a commanding tournament-wide total of a 95.3 UMA, which is very
It's
high
really
for
good.
4 Hanchan.
Yeah. He's only gotten a negative score in week 1 Hanchan 2. That's a really good track record so far. And then once again, looking at duos, Jun and Daikanyon's team is still in first, but only by less than 10 horse point. Only by less than 10 horse. So that's
sorry.
very close.
Umbral, did I screw up your pronouns? I'm sorry.
Alright. Once again, these top 3 teams are very, very close together. Jun Daikanyon's team total is currently 163.2, whereas Umbral and Ambi's team total is 151.3. Very close, within 12 horse. So once June and Ambi play their games, we'll see how that top of the leaderboard shakes out. This has been a very, very fun 2 Hanchan to watch and commentate.
Oh yeah, no,
This is true.
very
Sorry, I haven't been
swingy.
saying much. Sorry, I haven't been saying much, guys.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Too busy
We are
watching
handling
it.
it.
I really didn't
Alright.
expect to see scores that swingy in this group. You know, it's been really nice. We've been playing some real mahjong. You know.
Yeah, this is some real mahjong. I am really sad to see Ivy have a really bad time in that second Hanchan. Unfortunately, the tiles they just are as they are. You know? Like, the tiles giveth and the tiles taketh away.
I think that's
You
in the Bible.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in the Bible, verbatim. You can find it.
Yeah.
That was our games for the week.
That was our game.
That is all of our streamed games for the week, I believe.
Yep.
So tune in next week, or just pay attention to our public score sheet to see how the rest of the games this week pan out. And then at the start of next week, we'll be doing 4 streamed games.
Very exciting stuff.
So
4?
Yes.
Yeah, 4 streamed games. So be excited. There will be more streams next week.
Yeah, I've been scheduling these on easy mode so far, so let's see what happens when the tempo goes up. All right.
Dark Souls of Majorcanizing, I guess.
Yeah.
The
No.
Dark Souls of stream scheduling.
I'm gonna have to learn what a calendar is. All right. Well, I think that's it for us.
That's it for us. Thank
So-
you for tuning in to Takoyaku before the night is over.
Good games to you.
Who's next? Find out next week. You decide.
All right.
I can't-
We've been. All right. You have a wonderful night.